guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are looking at some of my favorite horror movies to watch over the Christmas. Now guys, I am going to say right out of the gate, Black Christmas won't actually be on this list. I did do a ranking of Black Christmas just last week, and last year I did a top 10 Christmas horror movies and it came right in first spot. So if you want guys, go check those videos out. But for now, let's jump into our list. First up is Gremlins from 1984. Now this one was written by Chris Columbus and actually directed by Joe Dante. The story follows a young man who receives a strange creature called a mogwai as a pet over Christmas time, which then spawns other creatures who transform into small, destructive, evil monsters known as gremlins. What I love about this movie is just really how chaotic it is, especially over the Christmas time. The practical effects, the CGI, everything works brilliantly in the movie, and of course we get the gremlins themselves. They are absolutely hilarious in this movie, while also being terrifying at times. I know the second Gremlins movie, they do kind of delve more into the parody and the comedy aspect, whereas this one there's a good balance between scares and comedy. I really enjoy this one. It's my favourite Gremlins movie out of the bunch, and hopefully we get a third one really soon. Next up is Krampus from 2015. Now this one, it was written and directed by Michael Dougherty, who had also done Trick or Treat. The story follows a dysfunctional family who really kind of ruin one of the child's Christmas spirits over the Christmas holiday, and because of that we get the iconic creature known as Krampus. Now the film, what I love about it, it's fun and it's wacky. It's a wild movie for sure. It reminds me of films like The Poltergeist, just how things are done. There's a lot of really good jump scares, but there's also a lot of comedy again. I love the practical effects in this movie and kind of how they meld it with the CGI. At times you don't know what is practical effects and what is CGI. The creatures are also really interesting throughout the movie. There are all these different Christmas creatures that pop up in different ways. I will say guys, the movie is definitely dark towards the end of the film, but overall it's just a fun watch. You'll have a blast with it, especially if you like Trick or Treat. Another one to check out is Better Watch Out from 2016. This one was directed by Chris Peckover and it was written by Zach Kahn and Peckover himself. The movie follows a babysitter who's looking after a young boy over the holidays when she suddenly must defend them both against an unannounced intruder. The film is very Home Alone meets Black Christmas. It has blood, it has guts and gore, but it also has some really fun moments. I will say as well, the movie has a lot of twists throughout. A lot of things you expect to happen in the movie do not happen. You go in kind of thinking the movie is going to be one thing and come out with a brand new different story. It's a fun one again guys to throw on. It's not a hugely scary movie, but it does have a lot of fun twists and turns. I will say guys, check this one out. Again, you know, if you like a good Christmas movie, if you like Home Alone or something like that, this is your horror equivalent of it. One of my favorites is Wind Chill from 2007. This one was directed by Gregory Jacobs and it stars Emily Blunt and Ashton Holmes. The film centers on two college students who are driving home for Christmas but become stranded on the side of a deserted road. Now they soon discover that something is actually there with them. This one is a good old-fashioned ghost story. It's a creepy, eerie movie and it's definitely a slow burn. If you like eerie ghost stories with a lot of twists and turns, you will definitely like this one. That's the one thing I enjoy with this movie. It's confusing at times as the plot slowly begins to unravel, but if you stick with it right to the end, there's a great payoff at the end of the movie. The film has a lot of jump scares. It doesn't have too many characters, which is great because you just spend time with these specific characters throughout the movie and you really feel what they're going through. It's a creepy, atmospheric ghost story that really doesn't get enough love that it deserves. And finally, my last pick is Silent Night, Deadly Night from 1984. Now this one was directed by Charles E. Seller and the film follows a young man named Billy who, after witnessing his parents' murder on Christmas Eve, slowly becomes deranged himself, puts on a Santa suit and starts killing people left, right and centre. This movie honestly does not get enough credit. It's a great slasher movie for one that came out in the 80s. There was a lot of controversy when it first came out. The Parents Association had protests because it was being released over Christmas time. There was advertisements on the television of Santa killing people, so you can tell it's definitely a controversial movie, but it's a great movie all the same. Anyone who loves a good 80s slasher will enjoy this one. The kills, you know, they are bloody and gory, but there's this kind of iconic Christmas feel to them throughout. Santa, you know, he is decapitating people, he's killing people with Christmas lights, so there's a lot of creative kills for sure. But what I like as well is it deals with PTSD and the effects that can have on somebody. Our killer Billy in this one, you know, you do feel for him in different parts of the film because what he went through as a child. The ending of the movie is also quite suspenseful and it's also quite eerie. It will definitely stick with you after you've seen it. Honestly guys, this one tends to get overlooked because of Black Christmas and other horror Christmas movies. If you haven't guys, check this one out. But guys, that's just a couple of movies I personally would recommend if you're looking for some horror films to watch over Christmas time. Now guys, as always, remember if you liked the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. If you like guys, click on that video down below if you want to continue on watching some horror reviews or rankings, and I will see you in the next one.